True transformation cannot happen without a renewal of the mind. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Mind over matter. If the pain of where you are never exceeds the pain of change, you will always remain the same. Through a renewal of the mind, and it takes a process. True transformation, mind over matter. Change your mind, you change your life. Change your life. You gotta go through it to grow through it. Mind over matter. Be clear.
Welcome back to the Mind Over Matter podcast. I am Canion.
And I'm Coach Lynch, baby, and we back to give y'all another juicy one. Say what's up to the people, Taylor.
And I am Taylor Young.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I got to introduce you. I got to bring you in. I just like bringing you in, Taylor, you know.
It's all good.
It's all good.
All right, so today we're going to spit some more fire. Today I'm going to let you take it over, Coach, because what we want to do is we want to give them something that you actually gave us one morning, and I really thought it made me contemplate some things. So I want you to go ahead and take it over.
Okay, all right. Today's podcast is entitled The 40% Rule. And we'll get to the meaning of that in a minute, but we're just going to tell you a little story about some people we were studying. It was this guy, and his name was Jesse Itzler. He was actually the owner of the Atlanta Hawks. And when we first, seen the thing and talked about it and read it, we didn't know that. And that's your favorite basketball team?
It's my favorite, but he's one of the, I guess, new owners.
Yeah,
they used to have another owner group. So
Right.
I didn't know this.
So, at the time in Jesse Itzler's life, this time, he had just sold some of his businesses. He was just sitting on a bunch of money and he wasn't doing nothing. He had regular routines and, he was just like kind of stuck in those routines. So,
Right.
he said he needed to do something different. And he decided to run an ultra marathon.
Ultra marathon? What is an ultra marathon?
It's like any marathon over 26.2 miles.
There's a marathon over 26 points?
Man, you wouldn't believe. After studying this stuff, these people run 150 miles and stuff like that. I'm talking about super duper crazy
And they
stuff.
lived through it?
Yes. So when he first seen this is what he was doing. He went out to run an ultra marathon, but he was with he had a relay team. So he was actually using 6 of his friends to actually get his to do his thing alone. But what happened was he seen this other dude over there. Now remember, Jesse Itzler has money. He's like, he's a millionaire. So he, it's an ultra marathon. And a lot of times, let me explain this to the people. A lot of times in these ultra marathons, they might have like a 10-mile course and they run the same 10-mile like 15 times or something like that.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
All right. So during this loop or during this course, Jesse Itzler brought a whole tent out there with a masseuse and a whole team, and he's got all this stuff. In case I get tired, we'll have this there, and in case I catch a cramp, I'll have somebody to rub my cramp out there.
Sound like something I might do.
Right. So now, while they're there, they're keeping their eye on this guy, and this guy's name is David Goggins, right? And David, he had 3 things with him. He had a fold-up lawn chair.
Okay.
Right? He had a bottle of water.
One bottle
of water.
Okay.
And a pack of crackers.
Wow.
My God.
And
at this time, they were running 100-mile
That's what I was about to
race.
ask you.
This dude had a pack of crackers.
Wow.
A fold-up chair. And a bottle of water.
Okay.
Jeez Louise, man.
Wow.
So Jesse kept his eye on this dude the whole time, and he noticed around mile 70, that this guy was doing something amazing, right? And he wound up finishing the race. David Goggins. Mm-hmm. He wound up finishing the race with broke every small bone in both of his feet.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And had kidney failure by the end of the race. Still finished.
Wow. No excuses.
Wow.
Word. So when Jesse, kept his eye on it, this is what he said. He said, there was something in that guy that I need in me that can make my life totally better.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said there's something in him, and I want to find out what makes him tick. And I need to have some of that in me, because when I go out here to cross some of these things off my bucket list, it can just make things that much sweeter.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So that was his mindset. And Jesse, being the outgoing person that he is, what he did was he cold called David Goggins. He didn't know him from a can of paint. He just looked him up, called him, and he asked him could he come visit him. So he went to go visit him. He sat down with him, and within the first 5 minutes of speaking to him, he said, what you have in you, I need to figure it out. I need you to pull it out of me. And he asked him, would you come live with me and my wife for 30 days and train me? Right now, David Goggins doesn't know this guy from a can of paint, but, after talking to him and, he kind of convinced him. But Goggins had one stipulation. It was one rule, and it was one thing to this agreement, to this contract. And it was, as long as you listen to everything that I say, I'll do it.
Wow.
Word.
So he said, as long as you listen or as long as you do it. Because there's a difference between that.
Well, basically, it was both. If you do everything that I say, then we can make this happen.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Okay.
All right, and it was just one condition. So here's the thing. When he got with him, the first day that he wanted to train him, he said, "Can you do pull-ups?" He said, "Sure, I can do pull-ups. I can do about 10." So he got up on the bar and he did 10 pull-ups. Right. Mm-hmm. He got down, and David Goggins waited about 30 seconds. He said, all right, hop up there, give me some more. Now, this time, Jesse's arms were a little tired and everything, and he got back up there, and he gave him about 6. So, now he got down after the 6. He struggled a little bit. He gave him another 30 seconds. He said, all right, give me some more. This time, Jesse's like, man, all right. So he got up there, and he struggled, but he banged out about 3. So now he's like, wait another 30 seconds. David's like, all right, go ahead, another set. He got up there and he barely cranked out 1. Came down, he was like, I'm done. Guess what David told him?
What?
He said, now you got 100.
So the dude barely got 1.
Yep.
And he said, now you have 100.
Yeah. Who you sound like at the end of the workout?
You.
Right.
Right. I'll be like 100 box jumps.
Right.
Just
That's
did
the
legs
finisher.
for 45 minutes.
Are you
Now I'm like,
serious?
yo, we got 100 box jumps. People be looking at me like, yo, this dude is sick. So Ken,
Yeah.
I want you to sum that up for me.
I'm going to sum it up for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sum it up for you. Okay, like this. So basically, when I first heard it, I understood that. And basically what he was saying is this, and I get it now. He says when your brain tells you, or is it your body tells you, one of the two. I guess it's your brain and your body tells you that you're done, okay? You actually have only done 40%.
Right.
Okay?
And that means you got another 60%
And you
left.
got another 60% left in the tank. So, in other words, what happens at that point is we have to overcome the mental barriers.
That's
that
right.
we
Mind
have.
over matter, baby.
Mind over matter.
Yeah, mind over matter.
Okay.
So what we learned this point so far is that the average person, when they're tired, when they want to stop,
Right.
they're really only at 40%, and they really have another 60%.
Okay, so let's talk about that then.
Yeah.
So the question is that our minds are barriers. When our body feels like, or when we think our bodies, when our bodies tell our mind, all right, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. In other words, what he's saying is that we can override that because we really have about 60% left in us.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
All right, so now the question is, how do we, and I guess that's what this whole podcast is about, how do we overcome the mental barriers to dig into that other 60%?
Well, I think from the beginning, what you think, Taylor? You want to jump in yet, or you just want me to keep rocking?
No,
and you
keep
jump
rocking
on me?
real quick. I'm listening.
You still
and taking
digesting
it in
and
too.
taking it in?
Yeah, because it's such a deep story.
Well, I just think that deprogramming ourselves from the psychological standpoint is like the hardest part of the process. Yeah. And if you really like understand this concept or were taught this concept, then you could, replay just that one philosophy over and over and over again in your mind whenever it is that you feel like you want to stop. All you have to do is change the story that you're selling yourself. And you change the story, then you change the picture.
That's good. Because that's like almost like when I'm running on the treadmill.
Right.
And I run 2 miles right after we work out. So I'm done with mile 1. By the time mile 2 comes around, part of me is like, whew, okay, we could stop. We could lower the speed. Like, we could chill. Right. We don't have to do it anymore. But no, the other parts of me is like, no, keep going. Right. Like I'll even say out loud, "Come on, like let's go," like to myself.
So imagine, so one thing that I didn't mention that David Goggins was a former Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
So Navy SEALs are trained this way. See, that's the thing. See, he was programmed to tell himself first that I got another 60%.
Yeah.
As opposed to the regular person saying, "I'm done." See, he knows as soon as that thought creeps into my mind that I feel like I might be, I want to stop. Oh, now I got another 60. And that principle overrides the one where you try to tell yourself, man, this is getting tough.
Yeah.
So I got a question. I'm sitting here thinking about this.
Yeah.
And I actually wrote some notes.
Okay.
But now that I'm thinking about this, I'm gonna rethink my notes.
Oh, wow.
And the reason why I say that is because both of you both just said something, is deprogramming yourself. Mm-hmm. So number one is I gotta change my perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotta change my perspective and how I look at it. And I've heard you say this to me before. When you change the way you look at something, what you look at,
things
change.
you see.
Right.
That's right. I'm gonna say it again.
Say it again.
You change the way you look at things.
Right.
You change the things that you see.
Wow.
Right.
So in other words, and I'll give you guys a prime example of this. And I think I told you off camera. Yeah. A prime example of this is the way I used to look at our Wednesday workouts. Our Wednesday workouts are very intense, cardio field day. I mean, we do stupid stuff that I hated.
Hey, man, it's not stupid stuff.
Well, it was stupid from my perspective at the time. But what it was I mean, 100. Why would we do 100 box jumps or 100 burpees?
Yeah.
Or why would a person do that? I used to think. So I dreaded it. And then one day. Lynch came to me, and I didn't like it. I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of like when my wife says something to me sometimes that I don't like, but because I respect them both enough, I listen. So he says to me, he says, "Look, you have a limiting belief. You need to change your perspective, right?" Yeah. So me being the motivational guy that I am, transformation specialist that I am, at first I was like, I didn't want to let him know that he said, because my first inclination, and what's the first inclination of most people? They rebel against it.
Right.
Yeah.
When you tell them something that their mind does not want to hear because it's going to be hard, they rebel against it. And that's what I did.
Right.
And then, but first thing you have to do is change your perspective, but you have to be willing to accept a new perspective.
True.
Because if you're not willing to accept a new perspective, you can never change the way you look at something. So I think when the Navy SEAL told the guy, and like you told me earlier, he said, "Look, when I come to you, you got to listen to what I say and do what I say." Mm-hmm. So that guy who was already a boss, he owned a professional team. Mm-hmm. He had to say, "I'm willing to change my viewpoint, my perspective to do that."
That's good.
That's powerful, man. And when I'm looking at it, I'm like, golly. So perspective is the first thing. It's got to be the first thing. And be willing to change.
Perspective is the first thing in deprogramming.
Yep, okay. That's a part of perspective.
Right.
Deprogramming.
Right. So the first point that they need to take home is deprogramming. And how do you deprogram? By changing your perspective.
I like that.
Right?
I
love that. I love that. Yep, deprogramming.
I like that. That's
perspective.
Good.
Yes. Because if you change the way you look at things, you'll change the things that you see.
Yeah.
Which will lead you into the reprogram. Right?
that's got okay. I love that.
Right, which will lead you into point 2, which is reprogramming. Because once you see it from a different way or a different perspective or through a different lens or a paradigm shift, because it's all the stuff is the same thing, then you start to empathize, and you can put yourself in someone else's shoes, or you see it through their lenses, and you get their picture, and then that's how you come up with it. Yeah, reprogramming.
But part of reprogramming is showing up.
Yeah.
It's showing up. You got to be willing to show up.
Yeah.
And you got to be willing to listen.
Right.
You got to be willing to listen.
Right.
And you got to be willing to do the work.
That's right. You got to work hard.
You got all three of those are part of the reprogramming.
Right.
If you look at it.
Yeah, so reprogramming, you got to show up, you got to work hard, you got to listen. Yeah, because he told him, he said, one condition, you have to do everything that I say. So even with that, man, can you imagine like one day they was running and they had to run in a blizzard. I forgot where they were at Massachusetts. Right, I forgot where they were.
Real crazy.
Right. So check this out though. Jesse ain't had no draws. Right? No, look. Jesse ain't had no draws. Nah, for real. Listen, son, I've been researching. I've been doing all this stuff.
I believe you. I just want to know how he not have the
Jesse didn't have no underwear, and he told David, he was like, listen, I don't have any underwear. You know what David told him? He said, you need legs to run.
Right.
Who he sound like?
You.
Exactly. You need legs to run. You don't need draws.
Right.
So that brings up another point. See, I'm
they ran 8 miles in a blizzard, son.
Right.
So, after that. So when he wanted to make up an excuse not to run in the blizzard, he still went outside, no draws, and ran 8 miles.
Complained.
He complained.
He was hurt.
Right.
So was the fact that he didn't have the underwear a limiting belief?
Without question. But he told him, but he told, it was an excuse. It was an excuse that created a limiting belief, but
it was an excuse that created a limiting belief.
Right.
That I can't run without draws.
Exactly. Right. Well, that I need draws to run.
Or that I need draws to run.
Right. That I need draws to run. Right. So what did he do to reprogram him? He said, you need legs to run.
And you already
not draws.
That's good.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what I do at the gym. When people come through the door, I break down every single thing that they can be dead right. I'm going to try to find the angle to break that down every single time. I had 3 ladies came in the gym today. I didn't care what they said. I tore every single thing down. They come in and they think wherever they go, they must be the ish. Mm-hmm. Oh, I let them know. First thing, guess what I told them? I said, listen, I'm a rock star. I said, look, today y'all lucky day because normally I wouldn't even be here at this time.
Dude, that's what you told me.
That's what I told him.
Oh, I believe
I said, so y'all, look, I'm telling you, I said, you walked in here for a reason and y'all need me and only me. I said, look, I told you, this is divine. And the one lady told me I'm a minister's wife. I said, well, I'm going to use the word on you. This is divine time. You're always supposed to be at any given time because it's part of your evolution. And you sitting in front of me and I wasn't even supposed to be here. And then the good Lord set me right here. Y'all here for me. All 3 of them signed up with me, huh?
That's good.
Yeah, they did.
That's good. I mean, I have a question.
I have an answer.
And I want to ask you, Taylor. Mm-hmm. I want to ask you. And because I know he's got an answer, but I want to ask you this. Do you think that a person who makes excuses, like in one area of their life, okay, do you think those excuses always permeate into other areas of their life?
Yeah.
Okay.
I say that because, I'll just talk about me. Lynch always says how you do anything is how you do everything, mm-hmm. right?
Yeah.
So with that, I noticed in my workouts, like I hate bear crawls. I hate bear crawls.
Can do too.
And lately, everybody's been getting on me for how high my butt's been. Yeah. Like you got to stay a certain angle to the ground, right?
And I'll be in a whole nother workout.
Right. Still yelling, but put that butt down. But anyway, so I'm doing the bear crawls, and I noticed that when I stop. Like, just because it hurts. Like, I notice I do that when anything else hurts me, too. First thing I do is stop. If I'm doing, even if I'm doing work for us, and it pisses me off enough, or makes me very upset enough, literally, I'll stop. I'll take a break. Yeah. I'll, breathe, whether it's going to go cook a meal or walk outside with him. I'll stop, but then I might go right back to it.
Yeah.
But that's not, but you just said the key phrase, I might go back to it. If you go back to it,
that's the same
is it just a break? Or or
But it was an excuse
this
to take a break.
Exactly.
Excuse to stop.
That's what I'm saying. So even like during a workout, my excuse to stop is I'm tired.
Yeah. Or I feel a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
So
this discomfort, this little bit of discomfort right here is what's going to allow me to take a break.
Stop. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Which is a disease that you say all the time, excuse-itis.
It is excuse-itis.
Yeah.
And me studying physiology, I know that the word itis means inflammation. So that you have inflammation. No, seriously. If you have bursitis, you have inflammation of the bursa. Right? Right.
Bursa is inflamed.
Right. Like laryngitis is inflammation of the larynx.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Right. So it's inflammation. You have inflammation of excuses.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
Your
that.
excuses are inflamed.
I know.
You got too many of them. They up there. You got
Once you
excuse-itis.
say one, you can figure out another one,
Right.
and another one,
Word.
and another one.
That's why they're the lead way to failure.
So
Makes sense.
this is good. So the first thing he had to do was deprogramming, and which helped him change his perspective, the
Right.
way he looked at it, and that part of that is setting you up for the reprogramming,
Right.
Which means to reprogram, I gotta show up,
Yeah.
I gotta listen, I gotta work, I gotta put in the work,
Right.
Because the work is the conduit for the mind change,
Right,
The
right,
reprogramming,
right.
right. So now, if I do all of that, looking at the story,
Yeah.
the story that you said,
Yeah.
what do you feel like the last point that helped him get over the hump is? What do you think, Taylor? What do you think, Lynch? Because I got something, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. I want y'all to look at the story.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this story based on, because remember he said I went to him, come live with me and my family, okay, and I'll do everything you. First of all, what were the results of it? Did they measure the results of after he came and lived with him? Were there any results, tangible results that he said he got?
Well, I don't think they could measure the results because I think they were intangible. Because remember, he was looking for something inside of him, what made him tick.
Yeah.
He wanted that type of immeasurable result. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right.
That's where I'm going. So I'm giving y'all a clue. What's the third thing that people need to get from him? First, they get deprogrammed. It helps you change your perspective. Then you have to be willing to reprogram yourself. The last part of it, based on the story, I'm gonna give y'all one more chance. One more chance.
What, act? Like just
After you
act on
reprogram
it?
yourself, what do you do? No, you do it. You teach us to do it. You teach us to do it. I mean, not you. Teach us to do it. Once you get it, you want me to ask Wendy?
Doom. Can you please give us the thing?
Okay. What he did after he got all of that stuff, you got to be willing to pay it forward to everybody else.
Right.
Because if you're not willing, he was willing, because he wrote a book after this.
Right.
And he said, what I have to give it to everybody else so that they can get it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And if we're not willing to pay it forward, so you're going to deprogram yourself. You reprogram yourself. Now you have all of this. It does no good if it stays with you.
Right.
So what Jesse said was, I'm going to go tell the world that this Navy SEAL, David Goggins, helped me. Right. Here's what he helped me do. Right. So what he do? He wrote the book. He went on Good Morning America. He went on all these shows so that we can know about it and help us with the 40% rule.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right, without question.
So that's
it was the exact same thing that the reason why I got into fitness. So after I lost 70 pounds in 6 months, and mind you, David Goggins, I mean, this dude, I'm about to study him for a little while. Yeah. He's so remarkable. He lost 100 pounds in 60 days.
What?
Yeah. Listen, son. Yeah. And listen, that was for him to try out to be a Navy SEAL.
Right.
He lost 100. I'm talking. Are you talking about? He done it twice. Yo, listen. This dude is now he's one of he's one of the top endurance athletes in the world. But he lost 100 pounds in 60 days. Now, look, I can imagine it took me 6 months to lose 70 pounds. So, I be,
It took me 9 months to lose 100.
Right.
No, 8 months. I'm sorry, 8 months.
Yeah.
Golly.
You see what I'm saying?
60 days. Now think about it. I've seen people on The Biggest Loser lose 100 pounds in 3 months. That's 90 days. Yeah. But look, they got a regiment, like they got all the food they buying. Yeah. They got
doctors there, all that stuff.
Doctors there, $250,000 dangled in front of them. Yeah. I've seen them do it in 90 days. Yeah. But for a guy to lose 100 pounds in 60 days, that's just
unbelievable.
Right.
That's amazing.
Unbelievable. Wow. So where I was going with it was that when I lost 70 pounds in 6 months, I fell in love with the process. Okay, and when I did that, I said the same thing about paying it forward. I said there's millions of people out there that don't have a process, and that it pushed me to figure out my method of training, the fast method that I use, the functional athletic strength training method that I use, that I've patented, that I've copyrighted and all that stuff, that allows people to see all the results that they see now. But I just said, since there's millions of people out there that don't have this, don't have a system to do it, I'm going to help. I'm going to create a system, and I'm going to help a bunch of people do it. So I totally agree with your point about following through and paying it forward. Because a lot of people, they deprogram, reprogram, but then they don't follow through. And then once they, can really, really reap the benefits of the information, the new information that they have, and then pay it forward, at the end of it all.
Wow. Amazing. That's an amazing story, man. I want to follow him too. I want to start looking at him and see what he does. See, because I love it. The 40% rule. So let's just be clear about this. Yeah. So we can put this in practical sense. So when he tell us, like, when I say I'm done, I'm done. I mean, after one of your grueling workouts, really, I might be like 68%.
I don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, like, whatever people tell me when they stop, and I don't buy it unless I really look into your eyes and you about to pass out on the floor or something, and I don't feel like going to get the AED and telling everybody clear. Like, I don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
I actually believe it. So
for real,
this is gonna make me push myself even harder, because my mind, your mind will tell you you're done, because your mind, and the one thing people need to understand, your brain's only objective is to keep you alive.
That's right.
It does everything to keep you alive so that you won't get hurt.
Right.
So it's going to tell you you're done.
Right. That's that defense mechanism, because we had to survive for such a long period of time. So our emotions, our feelings, they come in and play first, and we stop being thinking beings. You know what I'm saying? Because we used to have to survive off instincts. Right. So a lot of times now, we're all messed up. We don't know when to use our instincts. We don't know usually when to use our head. We're all messed up. And that really that's the problem with society. You know what I'm saying? Half the time, they're making decisions based on their head when they should be using their heart, and the other time they make decisions on their heart when they should be using their head. So we all messed up in the game. It's all good though. That's why we're here, baby. That's why the School of Results was created, because the true success in anything is 80% psychological and 20% mechanics.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, talk to me quick before
how your
you
wife
forget.
feel about you just kicking motivation stuff all the time? Do you be in the bathroom yo, hey baby, you sitting on the toilet, you know what, 30% of me using the bathroom of me releasing what I'm about to release will increase in a 100% faster time in doing burpees.
Well, let me tell you something real quick. I'm telling you, a lot of my ideas come to me when I'm in the bathroom, either on the toilet or in the shower. Yeah. They do. So my wife does know that, that's kind of like my sanctuary. She don't really mess with me when I go in there, because she know dude gonna come out with some genius stuff. But a lot of times she be like, yo, all right, this not the motivation at all time. I just want my husband for the next day or two, and turn off all that stuff, and we're gonna go hang out and chill.
That's it. That's good stuff.
Happy wife, happy life.
I attest to that one. All right. Any parting thoughts, Taylor? What you got to say to the people before we go?
I feel like we said a lot so far, but if anything, just remember to keep going. Keep going when you want to stop. Keep going.
That's good.
That's it.
Keep going when you want to stop.
Keep going.
What say you?
Man, you always got some real good, juicy stuff to finish it off with.
I ain't got nothing. I have nothing to finish it off with, because David said it all.
David said it all.
David said it all.
David said it all.
So,
man, his mindset is just crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's dope, man. Because I always make people understand that there is another level. I mean, even with our wake up challenge that we're doing right now, like a lot of people can't believe that I'm getting up at 2:30 every day now. You understand what I'm saying? But I make sure that I text the dude that's getting up at 3:30. You know what I'm saying?
So he knows that you got up at 2:30.
So he know that I got up at 2:30. So he knows that there's a whole nother level.
I see those texts because I'm on there.
Right.
I see it when I get up at 5.
Right. And
I used to get up at 5:30, so now I'm up at 5.
Right, I understand that, but everybody's level is different, and like what you need to do for your success may not be getting up at 2:30 in the morning. You understand what I'm saying? So it's different levels. I understand. I'm rolling out. Listen, check it out, man. I'm rolling out of the bed so that look, my internal alarm clock is waking me up before my iPhone alarm clock, just for the simple fact that my iPhone alarm don't wake my wife up. And the first time she heard it, she was like, "You waking me up to that rock and roll music and everything." But I'm gonna tell you what my alarm be like. Monday I grind, Tuesday I grind. You gotta get up when you hear that on the joint, right? You gotta get up. Wednesday I grind. If I get all the way to Friday, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I get right up and I make sure I turn it off now because this challenge is just getting us up a little bit too early. But a lot of people they just like, that's Coach L, and he's supposed to get up. He's a monster. He's a beast. Whatever he is. But I'm showing people that this may be me doing that, but it's somebody in your profession that's getting up earlier than you. It's somebody that's getting up at 2:30 and putting all this work in before you get up at 5 o'clock. And that's the reason why you haven't gotten that position. That's the reason why you didn't land that contract. That's the reason why you didn't finish that project. All that different types. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got you.
If you can wrap your head around that principle right there, you could turn it to another notch. Now here's what I want to say real quick. Everybody needs a good coach. Even Michael Jordan didn't win any championships until Phil Jackson came along. All right, and when we talked about deprogramming and reprogramming, I, as a coach, have to be able to give you that perspective that you will value, that you will appreciate, and that you will respect. You understand what I'm saying? So when you do say something and I tear it down, you're like, you know what? He got a point there. Let me try that. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And then that beginning part of the try is where you start to reprogram yourself. And then once you start to experience a little bit of success by doing something totally different, then you start to do it over and over and over again. You follow through. And then that follow through will actually bring you the results that you're looking for. Just like today, when I started you all the way over from the beginning. And I know you were saying like, yo, man, this dude tripping. I'm snatching, and I know I'm snatching the joint right.
No, I actually didn't say that because I felt like I wasn't doing it right.
Okay.
I really did feel like I wasn't doing it right because I feel like I should be doing way more weight. Right. Like I could do the 80s, right, and I've done the 90s, but it seemed like it's not. Yeah, it's not right.
But you know what though? You piss me off every time you go grab a little 30 and 40 to warm up.
Well, you know I do that.
I know you shoulder all that other type.
No, I just do that for some.
No, I understand. I understand that, but I get pissed off. You don't understand.
Why?
I'm pissed off.
Why? Because I want to. Why? Because I want to warm my shoulder. Yeah, I don't count it as a set.
Nah, I'm pissed. I'm like, yo, get over there. All right. So
hey, but you know why I do that. I don't count it as a set.
Doesn't matter.
But I do. But I do just need to warm up a little bit more. I'm a little older than everybody in the group.
Yo, happy birthday to the homie, y'all. If y'all get a chance, man.
Yo, I'm about my birthday.
Yo, if y'all get a chance, just leave a comment or something on the podcast and say, happy birthday to the old head Ken, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to this guy.
I'm in that doing them young boys we doing too now.
Yeah.
I just warm up a little longer though.
That's all.
I warm up a little longer. All right, but anyway, I have no parting thoughts today. I just want to say y'all keep listening, sharing with people, because we're gonna keep doing this, and we're gonna be adding videos soon. So we're out. Until the next one, y'all.
Mind over matter, baby. If you don't mind, then guess what? Don't nothing else out there matter. We'll see y'all the next one.
Mind over matter. Change your mind, you change your life. Change your life. You gotta go through it to grow through it. Mind over matter. Be clear.